Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I'm a reader, and a generally chaotic human being. Also, this is the second time I'm recording this video, so I hope it goes. Let's talk. Alright, before the intro clip. Today we're talking about an experiment that I will be doing in using the chaos of dice to make me more organized and actually do the things. So how am I using dice to make me do the things and to organize my life, considering how chaotic dice are? I mean, come on, very chaotic, but can be very helpful. Okay, so this experiment is really inspired by Cordy, aka Q, aka Stephanie. I will link them in the description down below. They use dice to determine the task that they are going to do during their live streams. I do not know if Q uses this method in general or only during live streams. I will be using this in general, not just on live streams. Q also does a lot of reading. Q reads a ton. And they always have fun, great ways and games and stuff to determine what their TBR is going to be. And this experiment came about because I was like, I really want to read, but it's so hard. It's so hard to pick which book to read, which one to pick up and start reading. So I'm taking the choice out of my hands and giving it to the magical click-clacks. Okay, the magical click-clacks will do the deciding for me. Audio-wise, I will give an apology right here, right now. My heater turned on, so it'll probably turn off at some point during this. But onto the first part of the experiment, which was the TBR portion. That initially started this chain reaction in my brain of how I ended up with this full experiment, the 2 parts in it. So forever ago, I created this bullet journal. It says TBR, getting books read. I didn't do that, okay? It didn't really help. I'm gonna be honest. So, but I'm still using it because it's a whole bullet journal. Like I can use this, okay? So, what I am doing is I am taking a D10. So basically, I'll be taking 10 books and writing them down, which I have already done. Okay, there's a list here of 10 books. But I am one of those people that reads multiple books at a time. This is so I'm not like, because sometimes you're just not feeling like reading a very specific thing. So you need multiple options. Okay, multiple options. Which is also why it's so hard for me to pick a book. In this case, I will have 2, technically 3 options, but the third option doesn't really count. Here's why. So the 3 options I will be having is an audiobook, which I listen to audiobooks to go to sleep. Okay, can you see why it won't really be an option? The second is a fiction book. The third is a non-fiction book. It is, at this time, those 3 books. It might become 4 books, and one of them might just become an ebook. I don't know if it'll be fiction or non-fiction. It could be either, so the ebook could be any. At this time, I'm only going with that original 3. It might change throughout the month. But for the fiction book, I have 10 books written down. I've already rolled the dice, so I already know what books it will be. It's actually going to be that one. No, that one. I rolled number 9, which I had written down as Percy Jackson. So it's the first book in the Percy Jackson series. I own it, but I've never read it. Okay, and then want to read it. So I actually wrote a little star there. And when I finish the book, I will cross out the number 9 and just write the new 9 below 10. Eventually, the numbers will be 100% out of order, and I'll probably just have to rewrite the sheet. But for now, that is how I'm doing it. I still have to get the book done. I'll get it done eventually. And then I did the same thing. I'm using D10s for the book portion just because 10 books narrows it down, and at max I can go up to 20. Because I have a D20. I don't have a D100. I should kill. There we go. Nope, stop. Okay. Nonfiction book. So again, I wrote down 1 through 10 different nonfiction books. I rolled it and I got a 5. I actually have the book right here because I need to read it. I'm going to be reading Twitch Upon a Star, The Bewitched Life and Career of Elizabeth Montgomery. I have a bunch of biographies and autobiographies. This one is a biography that I want to read. So I have this one. I have Genie Out of the Bottle, Yours Cruelly, Elvira, are some that I have, and then I have a whole wish list on Amazon for biographies and autobiographies that I want to read. This is the first one. It's chunky, and it's the words are small, so this one might take me forever to read. Another reason why we have 3 options. So that's the nonfiction book I'll be reading. And again, when I'm done with this one, I will cross out the number 5 and write it down below. And write a new title there of a nonfiction book. I'm also going to be tracking these as well in Storygraph as well, because Megan introduced me to Storygraph. So audiobooks. I listen to audiobooks to go to sleep. That is the third one. Last night I actually finished the one I had been listening to, which was Alice in Wonderland, read by Scarlett Johansson. Johansson? However you pronounce her last name. Scarlett. Okay. So I finished that. So tonight I will be starting the one from this list. And I rolled a 7, and that one is The History of Ancient Egypt, The Great Course. It's from the Great Courses series. So I will be reading that. And again, when I finish that one, which it's super long, and I only listen to 30 to 60 minutes of it a night, though I do that every night. So I actually might go faster than I think. Oh, so I might do 1 or 2 audiobooks a month, just because I only listen to them going to bed. I'm gonna be honest. That's the only time I'm like, yeah, this is fine. Audiobooks are just really hard for me. It's a thing. I like being able to turn page. It's a whole thing. I'm weird. I love audiobooks, but then at the same time, I'm terrible with them. So again, I will just cross out the 7 and write number 7 down below 10 and write a new title from my list. Currently, I'm only doing audiobooks that I have on my Audible account. Eventually, I will be adding stuff from the Libby app as well, as long as they're available at the time that I'm doing it. So that's also what makes it a little bit tricky. So along with that, the fiction and nonfiction books, I will eventually also be adding books that I have on my list on Libby. In fact, there is one fiction book on there that as soon as it's available, that is what I will be reading immediately, whether I am currently reading another fiction book or not, because I have it on hold. And I am obsessed with Clue, and there's a Clue-inspired series, okay? I will tell you about it at the end of the video, because I need to stay on topic. I need to be good. Okay, that is the TBR portion, so I will be rolling dice as I finish books. So I don't have to finish all 3 to roll the dice again. It's just I have to finish the one in the category to roll the dice again. And I've already rolled the dice, so. And I do not know if I will actually be posting any reviews or anything. I will be writing stuff down probably for myself and giving myself a rating system for them, like a rating system. but I'm not sure if I will actually be sharing that. I might possibly share it over on Ko-fi and Patreon. I'm not sure. Because I've never done reviews, and I feel very awkward reviewing somebody else's stuff, especially in like the case of biography. How do you review someone's life? Not sure how to do that. So yeah, on to the next part. So the second part of the experiment that I will be doing. It's an experiment because I'm going to try it over the course of February. And then I might have to tweak it throughout February, but if it works, except for some small parts, I might tweak it at the end and continue it, because if it helps me, it helps me, and I want to keep stuff that helps me. Okay, on to second part of the experiment. It is basically, I will be taking, I'm so bad at starting tasks, whether I make the list or not. I can make a whole to-do list step by step, and I still won't do it because I won't know where to start, even if I write it in order. What the hell? Brain, why? So, also, like, normally if I do a to-do list, I end up taking the whole day to do it. And I just don't want that, okay? So, I have taken the choice out of my hands. I did make the list, obviously, but beyond that, because I'm good at making to-do lists, not gonna lie, I'm bad at doing them. So, I have my to-do list here. But I have 20 tasks, and these are basically like daily things I would like to be doing. They include reading, journaling, writing, editing, exercise. There are also some points on here that are cleaning role, content role, self-care role, and weekly task. Also, one of these that's not one of those is like check the trash. Just check the trash every day when I get that one, and if it needs taken out, taken out. Because we have a habit of not taking our trash out immediately when it needs taken out. I know, I'm terrible. Okay, normally we take it out within the next day, but this way it's immediately done. So I have this lovely list. So if I roll something that's simply read, I will read probably for like 20 minutes, give or take, or a chapter. 20 to 30 minutes or a chapter. That is what the read will be. Unless I get sucked into it, then I might extend it. Okay? But if I roll the cleaning roll, I need to roll a different die because that has a list. Okay. The cleaning list is like 10 minutes in the kitchen, living room, bathroom, or bedroom. So like picking up here in my room, the bathroom, like just like wiping down stuff, whatever. Or 20 minutes in the kitchen, living room, bathroom, or bedroom. Now, there is a loophole here in connection of the cleaning roll and the weekly task roll. But, so if I get a cleaning roll from my daily list, I have to go to this list, and it is 8 tasks. So I need to roll a D8. Okay? If I roll a kitchen, 10 minutes, and it just takes me 10 minutes to do the kitchen, and then what? I'm done. I can walk away. If I roll the 20-minute kitchen cleanup, and I'm like, oh, I got the dishes done, I got the counter wiped off, but I still have time left on my timer. If I look at my weekly task list, I have sweeping and mopping the kitchen on the list. See where I'm going here? I could then add it and check it off of this list for the week. Double dipping. I'm all for the double dipping. Just like when you're in college, double dip your classes. Okay? Double dip your classes. So that's what the cleaning list is. The content roll is a D4. So that is when I work on YouTube content, Substack content, which is basically like my newsletter, Ko-fi/Patreon content, and my podcast that I never do. Maybe I will actually work on my podcast with the help of this. Okay, maybe. So, for example, I roll a 3. I need to go over to Ko-fi, whatever, and Patreon, and then also open like YouTube maybe, and be like, do I have the early access posts ready on Patreon and Coffee for any content I have scheduled on YouTube. If not, that is what I'd be working on. If I already have stuff like that done, I could then just post a random update or check to make sure maybe I could upload an excerpt or a quick little snippet from what I'm currently writing. Just open up my Word doc, copy, find a section I like that I haven't shared before, and post it. It's that simple. Or like a daily update, like, hey, I did these things today. How are you doing today? That type of stuff. So that is the content portion. On to the weekly tasks, which I already hinted at. So weekly tasks is a little bit different. I have it broken down in this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it is broken up into days because there are some tasks that I need to do on specific days. For example, Sundays is when I fill my meds container. So I would obviously not do that on Tuesday or Thursday. I fill my meds container on Sunday or Monday because I forgot to do it yesterday. So I actually need to do that. Or I do my laundry on Mondays or Tuesdays because I normally have Monday or Tuesday off. Never both, but one or the other, generally. So, like today, I did my laundry. And then, or like Wednesday, Thursday, I have to like, so I'll clean my fridge regularly, that type of thing. So there are day-specific weekly tasks. You can also double dip, like I said, between the weekly task and the cleaning list. Double dip your stuff. Smart. Okay. Okay. The final role, if you will, is the self-care role. I actually did this one. I rolled this one today. And I double dipped into the weekly tasks from this one because I roll a d12 for my self-care tasks. I have on here stuff like a face mask. A face mask would also mean I'd be doing something else with it, but basically I could scroll through TikTok or something. Read fan fiction for 20 minutes because I'm a fan fiction addict. Movie and crochet, which is the one I did today. Paint my nails, play a video game. And then down below I have like specific systems, like my computer games, my tablet games, my Switch game, whatever. Or watch YouTube videos and crochet, like, or read and whatever. Like, yeah. So I actually got a self-care roll today, and I rolled a 3, which was a movie and crochet. I also knew that I have work tomorrow, so I needed to do my laundry today. And I know because I chose Clue. I'm like, I can basically watch Clue, and that's the time it takes to do my laundry, to wash and dry, basically, because it's like 33 minutes to wash and 60 minutes to dry. So it's like before I even start the movie, I'm just gonna grab my laundry and go start the washer, okay? Because I have to leave my apartment to do it. So I did that, and then while my washer and dryer were running, I crocheted and enjoyed watching Clue. I multitasked. So sometimes in weird ways I can double dip between like self-care and the weekly tasks. But as long as I'm actually taking the time to do the self-care portion, that is what is important. And that's the last one I have. If you have suggestions, let me know. Okay. I also have a version of this that is typed up on my computer. I have the daily portion up. I'm still working on typing up the other portions. But yeah, that is the challenge that I will be committing myself to this month. It has already helped me. I've managed to do 8 or 9 of the tasks already today before 3 o'clock. And that involved writing. I finished a baby blanket today. I did my laundry. I still have to fold the laundry. But I washed and dried it. Okay, I did that part. And I took the trash out. I'm succeeding here. Okay, yeah, truly succeeding. So, yeah, I hope that explained it. That is the challenge that I am committing myself to attempting to do this month, or the month of February. I started it on the 30th of January because it's Monday, guys. Like, when I started at the beginning of the week. Couldn't start it yesterday because I made it yesterday, or I finished making it yesterday. But I also will, for myself, be recording vlog style stuff as I try this experiment. I do not know if I will ever post those videos or not, because we all know how I am with editing videos. Non-existent. So there's that. Also be on the lookout for crochet content. I will be making crochet content. Because I like crochet. I'm leaning 100% into being my chaotic self, and yeah. Also, I have some crochet projects I want to do that sound fun, okay? But I just want you guys to know that whether you liked this video or not, I hope you have a great day. Remember that you're amazing and you're important, and you should take care of yourself. So please make sure that you hydrate, drink some water. If you don't like water, please drink something that has electrolytes, because that's really important for your body as well. Also, make sure you eat something. And if you're like, I'm not hungry at all, try and eat something, just even something small. You might be hungry and your body's just not telling you, because bodies are weird. Or maybe try a meal replacement shake or something, or one of those drink thingies. But please take care of yourself, okay? Also, I'm proud of you, even if the only thing you've done a day is wake up and get up and go to the bathroom. Like, I'm proud of you, okay? If you would like early access to content from me, if you would like early access to drafts and chapters on stuff from me, you can support me on Coffee and Patreon as well. If you would like updates and stuff like newsletter type things, check out my Substack. It's linked in the description down below, as well as on my link tree. I hope it's in the description. Future me, remember that, please. Probably won't. But yeah, if you could give this video a thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it. If you didn't like it, I guess you could give it a thumbs down. I mean, that's your opinion, not mine. If you'd like more weird content from me, like this, or random writing things, or I plan on doing my audiobook here. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know how that's gonna go. You could hit the subscribe button if you want weird crochet content, probably. It's gonna be blankets mostly. You could subscribe to me. It's okay if you can't. But thank you so much for watching, and remember, I'm proud of you, you're amazing, and have a great rest of your day. Bye!